So Gold Explorer Heritage Mining, ticker HML on the CSE, is focusing its efforts on its flagship project, Drayton Black Lake in northwestern Ontario. We were able to reach CEO Peter Schloo on site for an update on the company's activities and plans. Welcome, Peter.
Hello, nice to be here. Thanks for having us on.
Peter, good to talk to you. But give us, before we start properly, where is it that we're reaching you exactly?
So we're at site on our core shack here. We've laid out some core that we're looking at from our site visit, because I'm up here, so we want to see the good stuff. And we're in Sioux Lookout, Ontario, so about 4.5 hours north of Thunder Bay.
Okay, good. So very nice looking core there. But taking a step back, please give our audience a short summary of the Drayton Black Lake project for starters.
Sure. So the Drayton Black Lake project is 15,000 hectares adjacent to Treasury Metals and south of Ateco. We have multiple gold, silver occurrences, as well as a little bit of copper. We've been advancing this property for about 2 years now. We have an option earn-in that will be starting to enter into the ownership area of that option earn-in package next year. We've been doing a very good job. The team has been working very hard. We have multiple targets that we've identified from last year's program that made the cut to advance to drilling. So we've drilled 3 target areas, Alcona, New Millennium, and Moretti. We think that these in and of themselves are far enough apart that they can be, deposit standalone potential. We think over 1 million ounces. And we've been doing what we said we do. We've been drilling on a cost-effective basis. I mean, we've really made the dollar stretch and work here. And we continue to, create efficiencies and optimize what we can. We even I was there this morning, I was out getting another core saw. Core cutting has been a bit slow, which is okay. The rock's hard up here. There's no problem with that. We're well networked here. We know enough people to source a saw. So I was up very early to go and get another saw, and we'll be running night and day shifts to get the core out on time and still under budget, because there's more people doing work in a shorter period of time. But to get some assays, because that's what everybody's looking forward to. So that's a brief overview.
That's for sure. Everyone is waiting for the assays always. Can you give us a short, or do we have an idea how long the turnaround is at the moment once they are in?
Yeah, so the turnaround's about 3 to 5 weeks right now, and we're shipping them out every week. And how we wanted to communicate it to the market is once the drill results are done on an entire property, on an entire target, then we want to summarize everything and bring it to the market. Okay, so we'll be releasing results from Alcona, and then we'll do New Millennium, and then Moretti.
Okay, so certainly looking forward to that, and sounds like we'll have a pretty constant news flow on that front from the drill results.
Yeah,
you touched upon that already, what you already did at the project, but can you give us a bit more of an idea of what kind of work already went into it, except for the drilling? How you came up with the targets, what the geological situation is, that kind of stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. So what we've done so far to date was, initially we found this project on a data aggregation basis. And what that means is there was a ton of historical data all the way back to dating back 100 years. And what we've done over that time is digitized all the information that we thought is relevant. There's a ton of information out there. We've then ground truth all of these various targets that we thought, we need to take some more work on and advance. And what we've done there is really put everything together, and then went out and actually, did some exploration. We did a ton of check sampling. We've done ground truthing, as I mentioned. We've done channel sampling. And what that's done over, last year's program is we've created priority targets that we think have deposit potential on a standalone basis. And now what we've done is we've done a drill program, which we've done in a phased approach. I mean, the market's been tough, and we've made that work. So we've closed in 3 tranches, about 1.3 million. Every time we've closed a tranche, I've come up here, deployed the capital the best that we could, make the dollar really stretch, and we've done a great job. So we've, hired some full-time staff. We've got some great drilling relationships, and we have a fantastic yard that's very inexpensive. that we can scale up as much as we want. We're sitting on a 10-acre yard, and we have, space ready at our disposal if we want to go and, expand everything and really build something real here. So we're set up for success in that, and that's what we've done leading up to this area. Geologically, on that front, we're dealing with orogenic low gold. Each of these areas, Alcona, New Millennium, and Moretti, we classify them as in a deformation corridor. So Alcona is a 200-meter wide by a kilometer long, confirmed with mineralization at strike and at strike along surface and at depth. New Millennium is very exciting. It's never been drilled before, only surface work, but again, at least 2 deformation corridors that we think right now. We've just finished up drilling there as well. And then Moretti is, 250 meters by 2.5 kilometers, long. We picked where we focused our drilling underneath and around historic bulk samples, and we've hit the deformation corridor. We've hit the deformation corridor in Alcona, and we're looking forward to updating everybody there. We've hit mineralization at depth in New Millennium that's never been drilled that looks fantastic, and I'll be showing and sharing very interesting pictures with you as well. And then we've hit the Moretti deformation zone multiple times in the holes that we've drilled there. So it's looking really interesting overall.
Okay, sounds good. So certainly looking forward to a continued news flow there. Are you already looking up or working on getting the next targets, on defining the next targets, or what's the plan there?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. So what we've done in the last month is we've had work done on Contact Bay, which is a copper, nickel, platinum, palladium, and then a high-grade gold project as well. So in the northeast on Contact Bay, there was targets that we haven't ground truth. We've done that, so that's another target. We've also worked up 3 other targets that are more base metal, which is in the southeast. That's a wholly owned package, just south of Drayton, so about an hour and a half here. I was actually there. I was there this morning picking up the core saw. And then because that was finished ahead of schedule and under budget, we've brought that team here. They've worked up three targets. We went out to another target yesterday, and they'll be going for the next few days until they're on to another job. So we're looking at, building on our current drill program that could go to a phase 1, building on what we've done here. I'm sure some of them will make it through because those are where our priority targets anyway. So we'll be working up, and there'll be a lot of targets for the winter. So and how we kind of classified that was there is historical significant findings, but we prioritize them on that geophysical, historical results, but also access. So access is very important. We have areas that are very interesting, but the probability of us getting there in the winter or ever, it even advancing. Some of them are, ones on an island, for example, that'd be a lower priority as opposed to the ones that we were at before, literally just off a logging road. And there's, historical documents that say, zone 3 in Alcanor, 6 feet of visible gold is in the historic workings. And then, I think there's we identified a high grade shoot as well. So these are the targets where we're taking the easiest pickings, low hanging fruit, so to speak.
Oh yeah, of course you should, as you should, of course. But also, you talked about stretching the dollars as far as they reach. But this is still a lot of work you're doing there, and you're planning on doing. Give us an overview. Where is the company financially? What's the financial situation?
Yeah, so that's a great point. So at the end of the drill program, normally what happens with most of the exploration companies that I know is there's not a lot of money left. I take a little bit of a different approach. I like everything padded and secure, because then I find, in my opinion, if everybody knows that you're not well capitalized at the end of a program, that's a negative impact on the stock. So where we're at, we're sitting at about 750, 800,000. And we also got, inclusive of that, we were approved for the Ontario Junior Exploration Program for the second time. So that's another 200,000. So we're very well capitalized coming out after a drill program, which is important to the market. I mean, the program isn't done yet, so I don't want to say how much money we've saved, but we've definitely saved a material amount of money. But who knows? Some things can happen. We had to get another saw, but there's budget for that. That's okay. But you know, we're sitting very nice coming in to the most impactful news flow season now to Christmas, and I think we'll have a very Merry Christmas coming up for us. So,
well, that would be a nice Christmas present for sure. Just to sum it up, give us an overview in like 50 seconds maximum. What is heritage and why should people have a look now?
Yeah, I think the most important thing is what we've been doing since we've incorporated, and even taking a step back on where we were a year ago. We've done more than what we've said we've done with less money, and we've consistently put money into the ground. We're not sitting back and waiting for markets to change. We have capital. Shareholders have invested that money with us, and we're doing what we said we would do. I think if we continue to do that, then you know the results will take after itself, and the market will understand. You know, we're trying to build something real here, and we will consistently have news flow coming out. Right now, there's market pressure across the board, but us relative to other exploration companies in Ontario, we're still at the top from a project size, from a valuation perspective, and our stock prices is at we've just hit all-time lows at 4 cents. So if you have a long-term view and believe in the management team, looking at what we've done, this is a great time to have a look at the story because, the founder round price was 3.75 cents. So there has never been a share issued out of Treasury lower than approximately 4 cents. So you're trading at the price where I bought in at it when I started the company, and this wasn't here yet. So it's definitely a good idea to take a look now as opposed to waiting, because I don't know how long it's going to be here. The assays are pending, and I think they're going to come in pretty quick. So,
thank you very much. Thank you for taking the time and talking to us on site, and we'll be sure to check in once those results start coming in. Thank you.
Thank you.